Folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Give here to Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Play action, now it's Tua. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Here's Tua. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Play action. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. And Sharp pulls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st first down, it's Gurley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Tua going to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. And he fires one that's intercepted.
That's right, baby. It's all me.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch it. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Chark.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
21-0 our score after one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
24 is the mic.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Wilson will throw again. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 43.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Gurley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Check, 47. I got you, sir. I got you, sir. 25, check 25, check 25. Switch. 95. Double up. He's coming.
Gurley again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Todd Gurley, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Jamal Agnew now to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Let's go double count right here. Double count. Hey, let's get this.
Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. The 30. 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And a minuscule gain from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Tua Tagovailoa.
A 5-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the route is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Wilson's throw pulled in by Aguilar. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Tight is right. Watch tight.
To throw again is Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47.
To throw is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
All day, every day, any day.
Again, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. That's to his running back, complete. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Back near his goal line, here's Tua. Going deep downfield for Ross.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out and take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Right left. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Wilson. Open man right side is Shark. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. That's once again complete to Chark. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. DJ Chark, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time.
You know what? Why don't you just start
Picked off at the 16. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Lambeau on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score. Ravens 42. Browns 14.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for Cleveland. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Wilson. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Escapes the defender, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Not sure how you feel about it, but to me, I think we're seeing it in front of our eyes. This league continues to change. Look at the moves you ordinarily get from a running back from the quarterback position.
Yeah, that's like a Le'Veon Bell type move right there. But you're exactly right. The game's kind of evolving in that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the quarterback is rapidly becoming an extra running back as well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Russell Wilson. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns get a score closer. Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Throwing is Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Watch the air. Watch 83. Watch 83.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, they'll step aside. The Browns drive about to get started.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here.
It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. To return, here's Agnew. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. Jamal Agnew.
They ain't ready for us.
He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Ravens.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he's got room. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
All goes special. All goes special. 24 is the mic.
Wilson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And they'll run again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. It's complete, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of thing.
Well, the ball is out. Michel lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run the counter. Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the Browns are right back in this football game. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
24 is the mark.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. Connecting with Johnson. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now Wilson on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in a huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Wilson will throw again. Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses will focus so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Tempo.
On second and 10, Wilson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. There's Wilson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Second and 10. One last shot for Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.